Hey there. Let's go for a walk. Got some interesting topics. It's an absolutely beautiful day out. The rainy season is slightly subsiding, so I'm not even going to bring my jacket because I don't like carrying my jacket. I got my dogs here. They're really excited. I get so excited to go for a walk. I hope you're excited to go for a walk too. Because I sound like Mr. Rogers here. Maybe I should start talking like Mr. Rogers. He seemed like a very pleasant person. That would be quite a departure from my usual fuck everything attitude. But actually, Mr. Rogers probably did have a fuck everything attitude. He was like, fuck all this bullshit. I'm going to be a really nice guy. I'm going to promote niceness. I respect that. I think that's great. And it's just a matter of changing how you speak. And certainly I've been interested in nonviolent communication. It's a book by Marshall Rosenberg. I don't know. Check that out, by the way. There's an audio one I've been listening to, audiobook I've been listening to. And he has a very pleasant speaking voice, so that's nice as well. It's nice and slow and calming. He was just talking about how anger is actually a good thing. Perhaps as a tool of identifying your needs and stuff. And so I've been thinking about all the culture here and how everybody here can be agreeing to try and have a better culture. And those are the people I want to have here. And that's what this video is going to be about, is coming here. And my visions for what I want and don't want here, and how you might fit into that. Or you can borrow the ideas that I have and fit them into your own life, because this place, for whatever set of reasons, might not be appropriate for you. You might not like it, or I might not like your vision of what you want. So either way, that's okay. It's okay if we're different. And but it's also not okay if you want to come here and fuck my shit up. My vision of what this place is. I want to be with a certain type of people who are making certain types of social agreements. So we'll talk about a couple people who I've been speaking with recently. I just got another volunteer application. Mostly I've been ignoring those because by definition they're people who want to travel for free. And those are often people who do not have specific skills that are useful to me. They're people who want to escape the money system, which I can't because I have to go to the hardware store. And if I go into the hardware store and I say that I'd like to escape the money system, they say that's nice, but you don't get any products. You get no tools. You don't get to build anything or do anything because the world runs on a money system. So we're not going to try and escape from that. We're going to try and change our focus so that we don't become victims of it. But the people who just want to travel around for free, not follow instructions, not do anything useful, who do not understand that we have to actually make financial sustainability here, are not welcome. Sorry, even though I'm sure you're real nice. So the person who just sent me a note is from some country, I forget which one. Seems like a nice enough person. Very into circus activities, which pretty much right there tells me that they're fairly well off, that they have extra time to have play be part of their life. And they do fire stuff. Now she's got a dude, presumably a dude, she's a partner, who wants to come too. And I think she did send me an Instagram link, which is nice. Because I request in my profile that people send me social media links. I need to update my profile and make that even clearer. And in general, I don't accept volunteers because the attitude starts out as wrong. But I want to fix that because as I develop other sources of income, I would like to invite people here who do not personally pay. But I want to fit them into a system where they're producing value that does pay, that attracts donations, for example, or helps with really critical infrastructure in very specific ways that locals couldn't do, You know, for example, things online. I have a lot of work online that needs to get done. I've got whole applications I'd like to develop. I've got web pages to write, create, and I've got things I need translated into other languages. So there's special skills people could have. Spinning fire and doing circus stuff, as cool as it is totally worthless to me unless it can produce videos that are highly watchable and super interesting. I think she also is a yoga teacher, which is nice, and she might have mentioned something about physical therapy, and I actually, on a personal level, I need physical therapy. And I don't use the word need very much, because I don't need hardly anything. But my legs, you know, I'm over 5 years out from the accident that broke them both. And I'm not flexible. I'm strong, I can walk far. Today I'm going to go walk far. I try and walk every day, even though all the important work for survival is on the computer. I have to fix my body. And so I could actually use a physical therapist. I barely had any after the accident, and it's a pretty severe accident, breaking both of the biggest bones in your body in 2 places each. It's pretty hardcore. And so I could, get some personal motivation and stretch out better and take care of it myself. But the truth is I haven't done it, and therefore I'm not going to do it. That might be a bad attitude. But the truth is I just don't. That's why there are physical therapists. That's why they exist. So the point is, she has some skills of interest. And I love circus stuff anyway, and I have circus toys, I have fire poi, I have fire staff. We could make better videos than we've ever made, like cool instructional videos. I already have an instructional video about how to spin fire. I have books on it. I have books on juggling. So we can make really cool stuff. What she failed to do was to tell me more about her. And so that's why I need to improve my profile. What ethics does she live by? Really, I just have to have a really complete form to fill out. Now, I did send her a link to the small form. And I also told her partner also has to fill that out. And that's one of the things that these people they're generally young and not too bright in terms of how shit actually works in the world. They may be intellectually intelligent, like brain power wise, but they're not clued into how the world fucking works. And so she's not giving me what I need. She's doing a bad job at applying for a job. She wants somebody to house and feed her for free and entertain her, keep her secure, and her dude, or presumably dude. And so what I said to her was that her partner, he or she, should also fill out the application. And I told her where I'm at, like that I'm, currently closed, and that I'm hoping to be open by the time she wants to come here, which luckily is pretty far out. She's planning ahead. That's in her favor, right? I mean, I understand sometimes, that people suddenly want to, their plans change or something, and they're suddenly looking for a place. But I really appreciate it when people are planning ahead, because that puts her in a different category of person. So, I mean, these people should realize they're being judged based on what they do. It's the same as if you apply for a job. You don't just walk into a company and say, hey, can I have a job? Which I get mails like that all the time. Hey, can I come live there for free? Where's the map? No, wrong strategy. So, and I really want to help these people. I want to make it easy for them. I understand that they're young and ignorant, but they don't have a lot of empathy, apparently, or understanding of the bigger picture. So that has pissed me off at times, but really I try and be empathetic towards them and say, okay, what can I do to get ourselves into a win-win position where we both benefit, where they're here, in this case, doing really cool circus activities making really great videos that then go on channels that people really like, and that somehow I monetize that, and that's one option for financial support. It's still just playing. It's not the deepest work we could do, but who knows? You know, maybe there should be a circus camp here. You could have a circus school. You never know. The other fellow I was talking with is a guy from Eastern Europe. I think it would be called Eastern Europe. I'm not sure where the boundaries of Eastern Europe are exactly, but I would probably call it that. And he's a very young guy, and he doesn't want to be in the country he's in. He doesn't want to be in the culture he grew up in. He grew up in a very specific, unusual culture. And I appreciate that, because so did I. And he broke away from that, which is a very difficult thing to do. And we just had our first web chat, just a short conversation. He's a good-looking guy. He speaks well enough in English so he can be understandable. But he doesn't believe he wants to be on camera. So he's not an on-camera guy. Now, it's another young person, so they haven't developed their skills. He hasn't developed a specific set of skills that benefits me, that makes this place survive. But that's okay. He's got a good excuse. He's young. And he seems very sincere. He seems to have a lot of similar values as me. In fact, the way I met him was because, I believe, was because he saw one of my videos and filled out a little contact form I have, and then we started chatting. But he's seen enough of my videos, and I'm trying to be so honest with showing who I am, where I'm at, and the values I live by, that hopefully I'll be attracting the right kind of people. And the other people will be just like, you know, who's this old dumb fuck hippie? You know, what an idiot. You know? Those people can think that, that's fine, but I'm doing the right things by my standards, so I'm happy with it, with what I'm doing. If they're not happy with it, they should not come here. That's good. I want to drive them away. I think I'm probably good at driving a lot of people away. Anyway, so he's an interesting case. Of course, I am interested in people who do have a higher level of skills that are very particular. And I have a list of roles I've written up. And it's pretty much all of the roles you would expect to find in a small town or an eco village. And they're a little bit more diverse than you might imagine. You know, I need somebody for community relations. I need translators. I need a storekeeper. I need people with money to invest who have, like, for example, a vehicle for transportation so we can get supplies in and out, because my personal transportation has failed. It is no longer a safe option, and really hasn't been for a great many years. So I'm doing some things on social media that are about to cause a lot of people to see me for the first time. And that's cool. And I guess that's kind of who I'm talking to. Some of those people, another group I was talking to is a young family. And they're a different case, because if they were to come here, then I need a protected place for their children to be. Like no rattlesnakes, no poisonous plants. And it's been on my agenda for a long time anyway, where I want to build a fenced area, right, big, with trees. And, you know, tools and shovels and, you know, different areas of it for different age groups. And I don't know anything about kids, okay? I kind of avoid them. But young families are actually a potentially perfect type of person to include here, because they have something to live for. They have something to focus on. They care about something. On the other hand, some of them are very selfish about that, and they only want what's best for their kid. And so they're just like other people. They want to take as much for their group as they can and give as little as possible. But some of them, I think, might be motivated enough and see a big enough picture that they need to fit into a system that's successful. That's how things work. And so some of them might understand that unfortunately kids are going to cost a lot. I mean, I'm going to have to get childcare. I don't even think two parents can barely take care. One family, the family I was thinking of, has 5 kids. That's a lot of kids. I mean, 2 people would have a hard time raising at a really full, excellent level 5 kids. Because I want there to be a homeschooling program for all the official curriculums so that they get ahead of students in public school. And then I want them to be out playing in the woods a lot and learning skills there, even if it's just being alone with yourself in nature or digging holes, or there could be primitivist activities where they can calculate how tall a tree is and are accidentally learning trigonometry. I don't know. Obviously, it's very different for babies versus little kids versus adolescents. I guess, I need to figure out the age ranges and have it really develop a specific strategy for each one. And then look at things like Waldorf and Montessori and think, well, what do we borrow from that educationally? How do we make these kids be, exhausted by the end of the day because they've had so goddamn much fun doing stuff that they accidentally were also learning from? That sounds pretty great, So also families, they don't want to be in the city as much. They want their kids to run around, and if your kid runs around the city, they might get hit by a car. Like, I don't even like to be around cars. Cars suck. Interesting. Oh yeah, I should talk to a guy. So back to the question is really, how can I have people here? And one of the ways is by having a better form. And I am talking with some other people who have a solution for that. And I'm trying to figure out how that solution could work for me. I might just join efforts with them. And I can, of course, improve my own form. And I think I should put some videos in my form, my personal form as well. But I know it's very complicated. I'll tell you this, even though it seems mean and exclusionary to not just say, hey, everybody's welcome here, it's actually not. And if you were going to come here, you would not want it to be a place where everybody can just go at any time and do whatever the fuck they want. No, you want a place where people are following social conventions regarding consent, regarding a wide variety of issues, and have everybody be safe, happy, and improving. That's what we want. So I'll talk to you later. Running some people on the trail here, so.